You know, when I started this whole thing, I said, I think my goal on this would be to eventually get to the point to where you see my blurb on popular authors' covers. Well, guys, no matter how many times that happens, it never gets old to me. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for November of 2023. As per usual, lots of fun new things have arrived to my home library this month, and we're going to kind of talk about each of those. We'll begin, guys, like always, with you know them, you love them. These are digital purchases on your favorite e-reading device. I have a Kindle Oasis, and I do love it. A couple things I picked up here this month. First, I'm going to be reading Shogun in January, and I have that one, but I said I don't have all these others. I was hoping that they were going to make a kind of a matching cover with those Blackstone Publishing ones, but until then, I went ahead and picked up the entire Asian saga on digital. Don't have any initial plans to read the other books in the series, as these are all just monster of books. But if if everything goes like I planned with Shogun, and I do love it as much as I do, I think it'll be like Lonesome Dove, where I feel like I'm going to kind of pick up one of those big, heavy tomes per year and maybe read through. We don't know. We'll see how it goes with Shogun. But pretty much everyone says that, you know, they like Taipan maybe more, or at least as much as Shogun. So that's very, very encouraging. All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy. I thought I had this one. I don't believe that I did. So I went ahead and said I don't actually have a physical copy of that. I'll be joining some guys on the Discord, guys and gals, I think. They're going to be reading that Border trilogy of Cormac McCarthy's here in January, starting in January, and they'll do one per month. I said I will join you for all the Pretty Horses and see how it goes. I think The Road is one of the greatest books ever written, whereas Blood Meridian, that's kind of a big miss for me. So I think that Cormac McCarthy, obviously, he has a devoted following, and I think he's earned that. And then the Sunlit Man, I want to say The Sunlight Man, by Brandon Sanderson. Guys, I was not a part of the Kickstarter, so I'm not getting the beautiful hardcovers of these that everyone else is getting, sadly. But I did want to make sure that I did pick that up, because I am planning to read all of the Cosmere books, but I am still behind, as I haven't read Yumi yet. But yeah, The Sunlit Man. I haven't really heard a lot of feedback on this one yet. Is it actually officially out? I think it is. But we'll see. We'll see. But I want to make sure I had those on there for when I do decide to do that, because there will be a new Stormlight Archive book next year, and I will be getting very, very excited for the Cosmere, and probably picking up one or both of those here before we do get to book number 5 of Stormlight. But as for physical purchases, guys, very, very light month for me. I only picked up one book this month. It's getting closer to Christmas time, guys. All the extra money is going to the kiddos. I picked up The Forever War by Joe Haldeman. This is going to be one of those. I made that list recently about popular sci-fi that I haven't read yet. I want to read. Now, basically what that is, you know, the greatest hits. Nothing that anyone's going to be like, oh, I've never heard of that before. You know, the big ones that are people always kind of clutch their pearls or are shocked when you say you haven't read. And this is going to be probably the first one that I pick up off that list. So since I did not have a copy, I wanted to go ahead and secure that. And this is a book I'm very, very encouraged to read, because I've heard some really, really great things about it. And it feels like one of those things, the more and more I learn about it, that a lot of things have kind of borrowed from it over time in the genre, and it sounds like one that deserves some special attention. So I'll be doing that early sometime next year. Yeah, that's all I have for physical and digital this month. Let's go ahead and look at some things that were sent to me by some authors. Now, I always say during this segment, guys, is I may not know very much about these, but I'm going to drop the link down below if you want to check out any of them for yourself, because I would encourage you to do so. And I want to thank these authors for sending me these things, and all of them just about had a very nice letter inside of each of them, and I do appreciate that, and it means a lot. I have a weakness, guys. I am a Gen X. I have a weakness for a handwritten letter. There's a little bit of charm into it, and I do appreciate it. So follow your dreams, guys. I very much encourage you to follow your dreams. First up, before I get going, I do want to say I did receive a digital e-arc of the Trials of Empire from my favorite Harkonnen. You know him as Richard Swan. But yeah, Richard, great guy. He completely surprised me with this, to the point to where I was like, man, I had such a hard time getting book 2, Tyranny of Faith, last year, that I didn't really leave the gap in my schedule. So my schedule's so full. It really just depends on how things go with Shogun in January, to where I might just be reading this closer to release day. I'm not really sure yet, but I do want to thank Richard for making a point to make sure that I got one as early as possible this year. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. I just kind of already have my schedule planned out for December, and then Shogun, the TV show, kind of wrecked all my plans, so made me move that one up. The first up here, guys, I got Refractions. This is from M.V. Meltzer. Very cool cover. Reminds me a lot of those Jeremy Zoll covers that he has for his books. This one is an interesting title. Help, My Dog is a Chosen One by Ronit J. Appreciated your note inside there. That was really cool. And hey, like I said, man, follow your dreams. Really awesome. So he's been waiting since he was 11 to be a published author, and the time has come. This is Black Winter by Beauregard and Nikolai Neville. Great names, guys. I hope it's Nikolai. I hope I'm saying that right. It's not spelled like Nikolai, like the Russian way. Is that the Russian way? I don't even know, guys. Don't listen to me. When I get these names just so wrong, I do apologize. The Rise of the Dark Princess Warrior by Isaiah Franson. He sent me a couple books in the past. With this one, it looks a lot like those Gregory Contaxis books. You guys know what I'm talking about? Hang on a second. You'll know what I'm talking about because he sent me something as well. Kaleidoscope Dark Tales. This is by Derek R. Lafayette. And again, appreciate these handwritten letters. Really, really cool of you. This is Lost Souls by Ryan Skeffington. I've seen Ryan in the chat through some of my live streams lately. So thank you, sir. Do appreciate that. Tim Akers, this is Wraithbound. I actually first heard of Tim from Christopher Rocchio because this is a Bane author. Now, the thing with this with Tim is that apparently he had tried to send this to me before and it never really showed up. So he had to make a special point to get Bane to send me out a new one. And we've been talking a lot on Twitter lately. Great guy. Great guy. So thank you very much. The Christmas Ogre. This is by A.J. Pecan? How do you say pecan? You say pecan? Do you say pecan? Do you say pecan? How do you say it? Because that seems to be like a big old sticking point on my Discord. Every couple months, people start arguing about the correct way to say pecan. I don't really know. Now, look, the pecan tree is native to Texas, and we say pecan. That's the way we have always said it, so I feel like we've got some authority on this issue. But again, your name probably isn't pronounced anything like that, but thank you very much. I just mentioned Gregory Contaxis, one of my patrons, but also a self-published author, and his covers are just stunning. This is Knights of the Moon. This is actually a novella. He actually sent me his first book last year, and hardcover, man. That's so impressive. Thank you so much, because I've seen a lot of other people that he's sending copies of his books to, and they are not the hardcover. So thank you so much. I've got them right next to Thiago's books because they seem like they are kind of the same kind of naked hardcover printing. I do love that. And yeah, hopefully I can find some time to get into those sooner rather than later. And guys, you've probably heard of this one, The Ice by Ryan Cahill. Now, I don't know if this came from Ryan or this came from Broken Binding. It came in the Broken Binding packaging and all that, but Ryan was the one who emailed me and told me it was on the way. So thank you to both of you. But again, like I said, I have a blurb on the front or the back rather, and that's something that will never get old to me. So thank you, Ryan, for that opportunity. Thank you, Broken Binding, for sending this to me. And if you guys haven't read The Ice yet, you can. I think he said the audiobook comes out around Christmas time if you want to do that way, because I know that a lot of people love the audiobook narrator that he has. But I would still say I like The Exile a little better, but again, his novellas slap. I mean, it's one of those where most cases where I say like these novellas and short story collections, you can skip them and be fine, but I feel like these answer so many lingering questions that you have with the main series, and with this one has a big question that we've had since the first book. You kind of get that story now about how did this character get this certain object. You get that question answered, and you might see some interesting characters that you would have never seen expected to show up that early in the story as far as the timeline order goes. So very, very, very cool. So how about some things from some publishers? And like I said before, guys, on some of these, I may not know very much about them, so check out the links below. Also, these might actually have come from the author. Like I said, I talked to so many people, guys. It's never meant to be a slight or anything. If we've actually had correspondence and I forgot, if it comes without a note or it just comes with the publisher's printing page on the front, I assume it's straight from the publisher, so that's my fault. Anyways, let's go ahead and move along here. This is called Sealed Empire by Norbert Zivich. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm close. Hope I'm close. This is The Flight of the Eternal Emperor by James Rogers. Looks like the title screen of Heroes. You guys remember Heroes? Hope is more like Heroes started than the way Heroes ended. This one you might recognize, Griever's Blood. Alexander Darwin. This is book number 2 in the Combat Codes. I read Combat Codes earlier this year, and Alexander, great guy. Great guy. His covers, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Then I got my Bain mailer. I always get something from Bain. Got a couple of books here. This is a great name, Mona Lisa Foster, Threading the Needle. Is that a great name, Mona Lisa Foster? Sounds like one of my wife's Skyrim characters or something. Protected Species by Charles E. Gannon. Nice hardcover. Light of the Veil by Richard Fox. So Bain's sci-fi, just a sci-fi haven. And Timothy Zahn, one I think us Star Wars fans might be very, very familiar with, The Icarus Twin. And this one's really cool, guys, because we have basically been using the Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire cookbook ever since it was first released. We used to always have this thing where we call it Feast of Thrones, where we just make like a completely themed feast every year before the premiere of Game of Thrones. And now we have like a new entrance to that. If if the show is any good, we can just kind of, throw that out because it has nothing to do with that. But maybe if you want to get out some of these cookings, this is the Witcher cookbook. And it's got some tasty looking treats in there, guys. So I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of the stuff is a lot of Polish food that I've never tried before, but I'm always willing to try new things, especially if it's meat, because I'm pretty much just like a dinosaur, a meat eater. I love me some new meat. And then, guys, I got some mystery boxes, I guess you call them. The first one is really actually a mystery box. The first one, I just kind of treat this as a mystery box because I'm hoping it doesn't blow up because I didn't actually open this before I started. It's like a satchel. Let's see here. 7 Fates of Shaco? Is that what it says? Shaco? I'm probably pronouncing it all wrong. So, cool. You get a nice little grab bag here. Let's see what is inside. Ooh, all kinds of things falling out of here. Okay. We got a pen and we got some stickers, it looks like. And a nice little, I guess you call it like an insignia. I'm not really sure. The Star Seekers and 7 Fates of Shaco. So, it's a comic or manga. Not really sure. I don't see is the author's name Hybe? Hybe? Created by Hybe. So, again, look for these links down below. Very impressive art. Wow. Okay. Oh, I guess you guys want to see, huh? Yeah, so that's very pretty, very handsome collection. It's kind of like a foil. Very cool. Thank you so much. And this one, I wish it didn't have that label, the shipping label on there, because it looks like the box would be really cool. Gatmar. This is from BTW LLC. Let's see. Never know with these things. Okay, got some interesting lace. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, I don't know if that's the way to do it or not. Let's just take the book. Make sure there's nothing else in there. That's like stuffing. But hey, pretty cool. Here we go. This is called... Well, first we got a nice little creature there, and it looks like maybe that's a sticker. Get Tamar. I guess that's the author. Okay, so I don't know if this is self-pub or what. I'm not sure what this is really, guys. I'm not sure. That's why it's a mystery box. So let's find out. That makes me think of that movie Trick or Treat. You know what I'm talking about? Anyhow, this book is called... I thought it said Dante. It looks like Danger by Get Tamar. So very cool. I don't know if I want to take this off yet. Let's go ahead and see what's on the inside. If the inside, is there any secrets on the inside, or if it's just a book. It might be just a book, Mike. Most likely it is just a book. But hey, it is a very, very cool looking book. Yeah, Danger by Get Tamar. Now, this last item, guys, is just... I don't have the words for it because I've talked about the Broken and the Binding before. Amazing stuff that Matt does over there. He does just incredible work. And I mean, they've had so much success. It's hard for him to even keep up. And the fact that he would find some time to send me something is absolutely incredible. So I talked about those recently. I talked about why I love The Last War. And a lot of people were discovering the series because they were getting these beautiful, beautiful editions from the Broken Binding. Well, as you can see, they are quite beautiful. They very much are. And guys, The Last War, absolutely amazing. I've talked about it ad nauseum on the channel. There's no way that you guys are going to read We Are the Dead, like the opening paragraphs, and not want to keep going with this series. It's just so damn good. Now, if you're not into grimdark, yeah, it's probably not going to be for you. But these collections are amazing. That's one of the best books I read this year right here, Fool's Hope. And then, of course, the Till the Last. Such a great series, guys. And these are such beautiful collections. Got all kinds of cool stuff on the inside. They always do these amazing things on the inside too. So again, Broken Binding, amazing work. I'm glad that it's getting more people eyes on Mike Shackle's series, because yeah, this series is incredible, guys, and this collection is amazing, and I'm overwhelmed that they would send me one. So I've got that and the trade paperbacks that Mike actually sent me now, and I'm not getting rid of either of them because they're so good, they're so amazing. And this one, I haven't actually read this series, guys, but it was always on my radar, and now it's even more on my radar since Broken Binding sent me the Tide Child trilogy. These are by R.J. Barker. Most people call it the Bone Ship series, but it's actually called the Tide Child trilogy. So all three of these, but they have just amazing edges, guys. I'm going to show you here. So yeah, again, I'm not one of those people who will ever put my books on the shelf facing out, but it's tempting with these. It really, really is. And again, these on the inside are incredible. Like, to the point to where, like, I almost want to take the dust jackets off, but I don't, because I don't want them to get damaged. So yeah, all three of them have something like that. And if you look on my Instagram, guys, I've actually got where I've opened up all three books and kind of made like the matching set and stuff like that. So look on Instagram, and guys, check out Broken Binding if you haven't. If you can, if you want to do like a subscription service, they have that. They have all kinds of options. A lot of times they'll sell a lot of their overstock and things like that. So amazing work that's being done over there at Broken Binding. And again, I wish they'd get one in the States. I really do. But you know, he's expanding so well. Maybe that's the next step for Matt. Who knows? We will find out. But again, thank you to Broken Binding for sending me those. And let's close this off, guys, by looking at some things from some viewers. Something I said I wanted to get into before I continue with Ocean Aura was trying the other universe that Tad Williams does, and that is Otherland. And I got Sunny sent me volume number 4. This was the last one for Otherland. So it's not happening next year, but hopefully the year after that. You know, it's always hard to plan this far ahead, but you know, it's a numbers game. And these aren't exactly short, but Otherland is definitely the universe that I want to check out by Tad Williams next. Thank you, Sonny. This one, Kellen, one of my patrons, who's just amazing. Kellen, you sent me so many great things. I cannot say thank you enough. This is Pandora's Star, book 1 of the Commonwealth Saga by Peter F. Hamilton. Another one of those that was on my short list for, you know, what sci-fi series should I read after I finish The Expanse. This one didn't get a ton of votes, but there was a lot of support for Peter F. Hamilton in general in the sci-fi community. And yeah, I think this will be the place for me to start. Before maybe Night's Dawn and other things like that might be a little more, I don't want to say like too smart for me, but you know, maybe too smart for me. But this one, amazing collection. It's just these 2 books. I think there's some other ones in the series now that kind of, but it's just like 2 of the mainline story. And these are stupid expensive. This binding, for whatever reason, is stupid expensive. It's the only one I could find that was like a matching set. Now I got to get book 2. But Kellen, thank you so much. That's really awesome. Again, like I said, Kellen sent me some amazing things. And yeah, I don't know why you're so nice to me, but thank you a ton. Pug Shorty, that's my guy right there. He sent me this mug that I use a lot. This Pug mug, as you will. He sent me some CDs first. I'll talk about those first. I don't know if these are like fantasy based or if they're just some metal bands he wants me to check out, or if it's even metal. I just think the album covers look a little metal. In fact, the font's so crazy I can't even read exactly what they are, but it might just be Battle Beast. I can read that one. It might just be old. I'm probably just old, and that's why I can't read it. But yeah, people do still have physical media, guys. Look what's going on with Sony being like, oh yeah, that stuff that you bought, we lost it. So sorry, our bad. That's why I still buy physical media. He also sent me some Feist. Raymond Feist and Stephen Abrams. This is Midchemia, but I'm thinking he sent it to me. Pug did, because it says the Chronicles of Pug on it. But he also might just be a big Feist fan. I do hope to eventually, finally, read Magician here rather soon. But this is the big part of what he sent me here, and a big reason why I picked up Legacy by R.A. Salvatore recently. He sent me this Dungeons & Dragons Legend of Drizzt Visual Dictionary, and I just thumbed through this for about a half hour, and I immediately was like, I got to go read some Drizzt, because this is just incredible, dude. These have so much great art for this series, and I mean, guys, Guinevere, it's just awesome, ain't it? Ah, man, I love it. I love Drizzt so much, and continuing with Legacy of the Drow soon. But this is why, Pug, you're the reason why I continued with Legacy of the Drow, because you got me so excited to read some Drizzt again. So thank you for this. Like I said, I've already kind of went through the whole thing and just kept talking to my wife about it, and she just kept giving me a "that's nice, dear." You know, basically the whole reason I started this channel is because I was tired of my wife just shrugging me off whenever I would talk about some of these amazing series. But thank you, Pug. I'm really, really excited to use that visual dictionary as I go along. But I did start reading it and realize, oh, it's got some spoilers in there, because I had no idea really who/what Jarlaxle was outside of fans telling me about Jarlaxle. And I was like, okay, I better stop reading there. My Discord crush, that's Rachel, and it's because she keeps sending me amazing things. And she's just an awesome person. She sent me the Litjoy Crate version of A Christmas Carol, Dickens. This is amazing. I keep threatening her. I keep threatening her, saying, look, I'm going to try to get you to run away with me if you keep sending me this awesome stuff. So she's heard the threats, but she still continues to do it. So you have been warned. And it comes with this really awesome ornament, which I'm going to be putting on the Christmas tree after this video. So I want to do that first because the Christmas tree is already up. Is that cool or what? So I don't know a ton about Litjoy Crate. I've heard of Lit Crate. Is it the same thing? I'm not even really sure. But the whole thing with this is I was flirting with the idea of doing like Scrooge and having the world's old fart read them A Christmas Carol live on the channel. And I thought, well, it's a 90-something page book, but does anybody want to sit here and listen to me for 2 hours read a book live? I don't think so. I think people like the live streams because I'm interacting with them. If I'm just reading something, I'm not really sure. But I don't know. I love Christmas, guys. I do. And I would love to read this out loud. Kind of be my audition for Audible to finally give me a call and show you guys exactly, how I read to my kids and stuff. It has 5 parts. Maybe I could do like a 5-night deal, half hour a night and then talk to you guys for the rest. I don't know. There's always ideas for stuff for Christmas. But Rachel, again, I'm warning you. Thank you so much. You are the best. This one's just absurd, guys. Last month I talked about how I got sent a really rare edition of the First Law, that Curious King one. Something even more rare than that is Subterranean Press ones. Now, they're not rare in the fact that you can't find them. They're rare that there's only like 750 of them in the world, and they're very expensive. If you want to do that, well, Adam, he has just decided that he's just going to be Santa Claus for me because he sent me the Subterranean Press of my favorite Pierce Brown book ever, which is Golden Sun. It's really glossy, so I don't know if you can even see it. This, again, signed, perfect condition. He sent me this really nice letter, and it's written so nice. I've looked at it 3 times to try to decide if that's actually your handwriting or if that's printed, because I know he does run a print shop. He actually sent me a T-shirt for that. T-shirt Printing Plus, which he does, which I'm going to link for him down below because he is awesome. But again, this is wow, this is incredible. And my wife was like, why do you seem kind of frustrated? I was like, because now I'm going to have to go get books 1 and 3 to complete this set. And they aren't cheap, like I said, because, there aren't very many of them made. But for real, Adam, the words cannot express my gratitude for something like this. Again, Golden Sun, one of my favorite books I've ever read. And now I have a beautiful edition to put with my first edition hardcovers. Very excited. But card from Judy, like I usually get my pen pal. She's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying Talk About Nothing, because that's one of those where sometimes I'll think, people really like and Talk About Nothing. I'm just going to think about just doing those just on the podcast page. But, and I do like when people kind of pop in when I'm doing them live and join the conversation. That's a lot of the part of the fun. So, but yeah, again, thank you, Judy. You are always awesome. And thank you for the cup of Joe. I do appreciate it. But guys, that was the month of November. As you see, a very hefty month. But as always, my gratitude, how much I want to say thanks outweigh all this stuff. It's so amazing, again, that you guys continue to want to send me things. And I'm happy to show off some of these self-published authors that are just getting going. Because what I always tell you guys, at one point, all the authors that we love now, we're trying to get their books in people's hands. So I always encourage that. And I am ever thankful that you continue to think about me. So guys, did you get anything new in November? Do you have any of these you want to talk about? Why don't you drop in the comments, guys, and let me know. And I will talk to you there.